Go ahead, young man.
All right, good evening. My name is Anthony Henry, and I'm going to start with the facade of my building. My facade was inspired by a art museum that was designed by Zaha Hadid and on Michigan State's campus. I'm from Lansing, Michigan, so I drove past it and I was like, I really like that. So
Is it built? Is it built now?
yes,
Oh, wow.
yes it is. And on the facade I use material would be sanded steel. It would be kind of like a layered, in like a layered type of way in order to catch sun rays. Since the building is, since north is this way, you know, sunrise and east, catch the light from that way. And then onto my roof, the roof, I wanted it to kind of wrap around the building and then kind of fly up into the sky. I had it double in order to, when you're under the bumps, you can get the experience of both roofs. On my floor plan, I have it laid out where you walk in through the front.
Sure, yours. You did again?
Yeah. On the floor plan, I have it set up where you walk in through the front door right here, and then this would be the cashier counter. So you can enable, as people are shopping on the shelves right here, you can see where people are at. Right here will be the refrigerator where you can buy food, get the drinks. Back here is the storage, and in between here is the refrigerator area. And then you can go back here to the bathrooms, which is kind of hidden behind the walls, and it was kind of embarrassing situation to watch people, have people watch you as you go in and out of the bathroom. And then for my wall, behind the cashier, I had it slanted, and it's going to be all glass, and it will look like this as I rendered right here.
Where's that wall in plan, in your floor plan?
Right here.
That's a class.
Mm-hmm. And I did put
And that would be, that was my building.
correct,
So this chipboard represents glass?
correct.
And this, what is this white represent?
That represents the the sand steel.
Now talk to me about the other end. So you have the slanting glass wall on the cashier's end.
Right.
What on the south end?
On the other end,
Folds.
it folds, and I have a window on top to kind of get the light into this side. It's kind of darker in this area. Again, another one of my things is angles. I want to put a lot of angles into my building, so I put an angle in there right there. On the other side, again, with the glass, I want to kind of bring an organic feel within the building as you're shopping or purchasing. So I'll put a garden kind of behind the glass, which is where the light gray area is.
Let me start, and I'm going to start with the minutia. There's something that is not that important, which is the drawing of the plan, of the floor plan. Because the wall is angled, you're going to be cutting the conventions about 4 or 5 feet above grade. So then you're going to see the hard line, the black line that you've drawn. But then you're going to see another line, which is the line at which the plane intersects the floor.
Okay.
Because this is coming at an angle and you're cutting up here. So you see the wall here, but then you see this as a surface going down. Very sort of minutia.
That would happen at both ends, because both ends have some kind of
And
slanting.
both have, exactly. So you would see the glass, and then the glass, you would see it in section becoming an elevation.
Okay.
You're looking for. Right. And the reason I start with that is because I find it difficult to find, the only thing that sort of bothers me a little bit, and I understand that formally why they do it, but I think that they compound a little bit the whole notion of getting gas, is the slanted columns that are coming this way. I think that they're very important to the design. I think they have to be that way. Or maybe the pumps needed to move a little bit further. I'm not sure exactly. I guess it doesn't really matter because you are your parallel to the roof, right?
Correct.
You don't come this way, you come this way.
Correct, you move down, yes.
You move that way.
Can you go in this way?
Yes.
Check.
I like this move here. I think this kind of divided roof move is very nice.
I wish you could have cut that out of one piece instead of tacking this other one. Would you
Yeah.
do
Yeah, I
it?
wish I could have seen.
Yeah, it needed to, it needed to come out of one piece. I think that was a nice, that's a nice model. And I also like the way it's not extruded, where it's not cut off, right? It starts, it has some kind of articulation as a start, and fly, you know, it flies out. It would have been easy just to kind of chop this off and go there. So I think that was a pretty nice move you made. So I compliment you on those kind of moves you make, this kind of secondary wall, how you articulate. I'm not crazy about this form, but I like the fact that you thought about this being something that is not just chopped off. And similarly on this other end, where you're slanting plate. I'm not quite sold on that idea, but I like the fact that you thought about it, right?
Oh,
That it-
design the
Yeah.
slant angle.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
But, yeah. and-
This is very South.
Yeah.
Like, you working on getting an internship out of here with Zaha's office with this.
Your presentation is nice. Your north arrow is probably too much information there. I look at the one next, and I'm going, I wish there was a north arrow, and then I come to yours, and it's like, north is this way. And so obviously, you need that information, but that's not the most important information here. It is important, but there's some other things, like your interior perspectives, or the elevation. These are the ones that really need to command our attention there.
what made you open this up from keeping it parallel to that?
If I were to keep it straight, you wouldn't really get the experience of both the smaller roof and the larger roof, so I fanned it out so you can kind of, as you're pumping gas, you kind of see both roofs as you're pumping.
That was the right answer, Sean. That was a good answer.
Yeah?
Did you prep him for that?
No, I didn't. All on his own.
The comment I would make is that I think this was quite nice how you pulled this regulating line. You zoned the site here with the garden, and I can see that in the plan. But I feel like it should have been here as well. This asphalt, the paving that comes back here on the backside is a little bit disappointing, and I think it would have been stronger if the vegetation could have been maybe higher here and lower there, so we begin to get the banding and the graining. And then I think that would have made this, which Professor Clarence was talking about, when this begins to kick out. He wasn't, if I understand the question, wasn't talking about these two roofs as much as the fact that these two are not parallel to each other. This begins to be much freer. This is of the earth, of the ground. It has bathrooms, it's mechanical, it has shelves and that kind of stuff. And then it comes off and then becomes free. So I think that's, everything you said is correct, that this is beginning to be more and more free. That begins to suggest too that this support that I'm touching is not parallel. This is getting to a higher level of sophistication. They would begin to be more irregular as you get further and further away. You understand? These would not be all three. In fact, this one, if you just look at the model, this one is quite different from that one. Do you see how it's acting very different? This one is not acting the same as that one. You see? So I'm going at a level, higher level of sophistication with people who seem to be operating on that. And then I think you owe it to yourself, too, to sort of have control these elevations. They're very difficult in buildings like this because there are no formal, conventional ways of doing that. I'm not saying I like it or I don't like it. I'm just saying that that's something that you would have to think about, right, so that it just doesn't end up being one kind of arbitrary after another. And I'm not saying that's what you did, right? But again, very nice, beautiful form. Right, again, I wonder about that side back there, but maybe that's not important. Again, we don't know what happened back there. And then if you really wanted to go with Zaha, she would never do the parallel parking perpendicular to the building like that, she's always going to turn those on an angle. And the reason why you turn stuff on an angle is because you begin to create these forced perspectives, and it seems more dynamic, right? So those would be shifted a little bit. You can still have them, but the fact that I come in and park perpendicular to this building to me seems a little too normative for this type of architecture. You understand? And you're going to need the world's best engineers. You need Uwe Arup, right? Zaha Hadid, Rem Koolhaas, all these big name people, they go to those people. They're the top engineers in the world. They get paid enormous amounts of money to figure out all this kind of stuff like that. It can be done. It is far beyond the capability of anybody in this room to do that, but it can be. Just giving you the whole spectrum, okay? This is going to be one of the most expensive gas stations. This gas is $10 a gallon to pay for this kind of building. You do understand that, right? You're sort of kind of above and beyond kind of gas
So this is in
station with
Beverly
6 pumps.
Hills. This one is not in LA. This is Beverly Wilshire Boulevard, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, this is not an LA gas station. Does you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
You sort of kind of went above and beyond what a gas station is. It's okay. This is cool. It's hypothetical, but you just want to give you the full spectrum, okay?
Okay.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.